Have you ever noticed subtle changes in yourself or a loved one that made you pause and wonder if something deeper might be going on? Maybe it's a shift in energy levels, a change in appetite, or even a newfound sense of reflection that feels different than before. These moments can be hard to put into words, but they often carry a quiet significance, one that we shouldn't ignore. Today, we're going to talk about something that might feel a little sensitive but is incredibly important: the subtle signs that an elderly person may be in their final year. These aren't always dramatic or obvious changes, but they're worth understanding so we can provide the best care, support, and love during this precious time. Now, I want to be clear, this conversation isn't meant to alarm anyone. It's about awareness, compassion, and being prepared to offer the kind of care and attention that truly matters. Whether you're noticing these signs in yourself or someone you love, understanding them can help you navigate this stage of life with grace and dignity. So, let's walk through this together, step by step, and explore what these signs might look like. The first sign we'll talk about is a noticeable decline in energy levels. Now, it's natural for energy to ebb and flow as we age, but when someone is in their final year, this decline often becomes more pronounced. You might notice that they tire more easily, even after simple activities like getting dressed or having a conversation. They may spend more time resting or seem less interested in activities they once enjoyed. This isn't just about feeling tired. It's a deeper kind of fatigue that seems to settle in and stay. It's important to approach this with kindness and understanding, offering support without pushing them beyond their limits. Another sign to be aware of is a change in eating habits. Appetite can diminish significantly during this time, and food may no longer hold the same appeal. You might notice that they eat smaller portions, skip meals, or show less interest in their favorite foods. This can be concerning, especially if weight loss becomes noticeable. While it's natural to want to encourage them to eat, it's also important to respect their changing needs. Sometimes, smaller, more frequent meals or nutrient-dense snacks can be easier to manage. And remember, it's not just about the quantity of food, it's about the quality of the moments shared around the table. A warm smile, a gentle touch, or a favorite story can make mealtime feel special, even if the appetite isn't what it used to be. The third sign we'll explore is increased sleep or drowsiness. As the body begins to slow down, it's common for someone in their final year to sleep more often or for longer periods. They might nap frequently during the day or seem drowsy even after a full night's rest. This isn't laziness or disinterest. It's the body's way of conserving energy and finding comfort. While it can be hard to see someone you love sleeping so much, it's important to let them rest without interruption. Create a peaceful environment for them, with soft lighting, comfortable bedding, and a quiet atmosphere. And when they're awake, cherish those moments of connection, no matter how brief they may be. Now, these signs, declining energy, changes in eating habits, and increased sleep, are just the beginning of what we'll cover in this video. Each one tells a story, and together, they paint a picture of a stage of life that deserves our attention and care. As we move forward, we'll explore more of these subtle warnings, offering insights and practical advice to help you navigate this journey with love and understanding. So, let's take a deep breath and continue this conversation. Because when we approach these moments with an open heart, we can make a world of difference, not just for the person we care about, but for ourselves as well. Let's keep going, and I'll meet you in the next part of our discussion. As we continue this important conversation, let's take a moment to reflect on what we've covered so far. We've talked about the subtle signs of declining energy, changes in eating habits, and increased sleep, all of which can be indicators that an elderly person may be in their final year. These changes can be difficult to witness, but understanding them helps us provide the care and compassion that's needed during this time. Now, let's move forward and explore a few more signs that are equally important to recognize. One of the most profound changes you might notice is a shift in social interactions. As someone enters their final year, they may begin to withdraw from social activities or even from conversations with loved ones. This isn't because they don't care or don't want to connect. It's often a natural response to the physical and emotional changes they're experiencing. They might feel tired more easily, find it harder to focus, or simply feel more introspective. You might notice that they prefer quiet moments over lively gatherings, or that they seem content just sitting quietly with you. This is a time to honor their needs and meet them where they are. Sit with them, hold their hand, or simply be present. Sometimes, the most meaningful connections happen in the silence between words. Another sign to be aware of is a change in cognitive function. This can manifest in different ways, from mild confusion to difficulty remembering names, dates, or familiar routines. It's not uncommon for someone in their final year to experience moments of disorientation or to struggle with tasks that once felt effortless. This can be distressing for both the individual and their loved ones, but it's important to approach these moments with patience and understanding. Instead of correcting or challenging them, try to gently guide the conversation or activity. For example, if they forget a name, you might say, "I think you're talking about Mary. She's such a wonderful friend, isn't she?" This approach helps maintain their dignity while keeping the interaction positive and supportive. A third sign that often emerges is a heightened sense of reflection or life review. During this stage, many people begin to look back on their lives, revisiting memories, sharing stories, or expressing thoughts about their legacy. This can be a beautiful and meaningful time, as it allows them to process their experiences and find closure. You might notice them talking more about the past, expressing gratitude, or even sharing regrets. These conversations can be deeply emotional, but they're also an opportunity to connect on a profound level. Listen with an open heart, ask questions, and encourage them to share as much as they feel comfortable. These moments of reflection can be a gift for both of you. Now, as we've explored these signs, social withdrawal, changes in cognitive function, and life review, it's important to remember that everyone's journey is unique. Not everyone will experience these changes in the same way or at the same time. What matters most is that we approach each moment with love, patience, and a willingness to adapt. These signs aren't just about preparing for the end. They're about making the most of the time we have, creating memories, and showing the people we care about that they're not alone. As we move forward, we'll delve into more of these subtle warnings, offering insights and practical advice to help you navigate this journey with grace and compassion. Each sign we discuss is a piece of the puzzle, helping us better understand what our loved ones might be experiencing and how we can support them in the most meaningful ways. So, let's keep going. There's more to explore, and I'm here to walk through it with you. Together, we can approach this stage of life with the care and understanding it deserves. Let's continue this conversation in the next part. As we move deeper into this conversation, I want to take a moment to acknowledge how meaningful it is that you're here, learning and reflecting on these important signs. It's not always easy to talk about these changes, but by doing so, you're showing incredible love and care for yourself or someone you hold dear. Let's continue exploring the subtle signs that an elderly person may be in their final year, always keeping in mind that awareness helps us provide the best possible support. One of the signs that often becomes more noticeable during this time is a decline in physical mobility. You might observe that walking, standing, or even sitting up becomes more challenging. Tasks that were once simple, like getting out of bed or moving from one room to another, may now require assistance or take much longer to complete. This can be frustrating for the individual, as it represents a loss of independence. It's important to approach this with sensitivity and patience. Offer help when needed, but also encourage them to do what they can for themselves, as maintaining a sense of autonomy is so valuable. Small adjustments, like using a walker, rearranging furniture for easier navigation, or adding handrails, can make a big difference in their comfort and safety. Another sign to be mindful of is changes in communication. As someone enters their final year, they may find it harder to express themselves clearly or to follow conversations. You might notice that they speak less often, struggle to find the right words, or seem to drift in and out of focus during discussions. This can be due to fatigue, cognitive changes, or even the natural process of withdrawing as the body slows down. When this happens, it's important to create a calm and supportive environment for communication. Speak slowly and clearly, give them time to respond, and use non-verbal cues like eye contact and gentle touch to convey your presence and understanding. Sometimes, just being there, even in silence, can speak volumes. A third sign that often emerges is a shift in emotional expression. During this stage, it's not uncommon for someone to experience a wide range of emotions, from joy and gratitude to sadness, fear, or even anger. These emotions can surface unexpectedly and may feel intense or overwhelming. It's important to remember that these feelings are a natural part of the process. They might be reflecting on their life, coming to terms with their mortality, or simply processing the physical and emotional changes they're experiencing. As a caregiver or loved one, your role is to provide a safe space for them to express these emotions without judgment. Listen with empathy, validate their feelings, and reassure them that it's okay to feel whatever they're feeling. Sometimes, just knowing that someone is there to hold their hand through it all can bring immense comfort. Now, as we've explored these signs, declining mobility, changes in communication, and shifts in emotional expression, It's clear that this stage of life is deeply complex and deeply human. Each sign is a reminder of the profound changes that come with aging, and each one calls us to respond with compassion and understanding. It's not about fixing or solving. It's about being present, offering support, and honoring the dignity of the person we care about. As we continue, we'll delve into more of these subtle warnings, always keeping the focus on how we can navigate this journey with love and grace. There's still more to uncover, and I'm here to guide you through it. Together, we can approach this stage of life with the care and respect it deserves. Let's keep moving forward, one step at a time. As we come to the final part of our conversation, I want to thank you for staying with me through this deeply meaningful and sometimes challenging topic. By now, we've explored many of the subtle signs that an elderly person may be in their final year: declining energy, changes in eating habits, increased sleep, social withdrawal, cognitive shifts, life reflection, mobility challenges, communication changes, and emotional fluctuations. Each of these signs is a piece of the puzzle, helping us better understand what our loved ones might be experiencing and how we can support them with love and compassion. Now, let's wrap up with a few more important points and some final thoughts to carry with you. One of the most poignant signs that often emerges during this time is a sense of readiness or acceptance. You might notice that the person you care about begins to express a feeling of peace or completion. They might talk about being ready or say things like, "I've lived a good life." This can be both beautiful and heartbreaking to witness, as it often signals that they've come to terms with their journey. It's important to honor these feelings and not try to change or dismiss them. Instead, meet them with openness and love. If they want to talk about their life, their memories, or their feelings about what's to come, listen with your whole heart. These conversations can be incredibly meaningful, offering closure and connection for both of you. Another sign to be aware of is a change in physical appearance. As the body begins to slow down, you might notice subtle shifts, such as a paler complexion, a more fragile frame, or a general sense of frailty. These changes can be difficult to see, especially if you've known this person for many years. But it's important to remember that these physical changes are a natural part of the process. What matters most is how we respond to them. Continue to treat your loved one with dignity and respect, focusing on their comfort and well-being. Small gestures, like brushing their hair, helping them dress in something soft and comfortable, or simply holding their hand, can make a world of difference. Finally, one of the most profound signs is a sense of withdrawal from the world around them. This isn't just about social interactions. It's a deeper kind of withdrawal, where they may seem less connected to their surroundings or even to the passage of time. They might spend more time with their eyes closed, as if they're resting or reflecting inward. This can be a sign that they're beginning to let go, and it's important to approach this with gentleness and respect. Sit with them, speak softly if they seem to respond, and let them know they're not alone. Even if they don't seem to hear or acknowledge you, your presence can be a source of comfort and peace. As we bring this conversation to a close, I want to leave you with a few final thoughts. First, remember that every person's journey is unique. Not everyone will experience these signs in the same way or in the same order. What's most important is that you approach this time with an open heart, a willingness to listen, and a commitment to providing the best care and support you can. Second, don't forget to take care of yourself. Caring for someone during this stage of life can be emotionally and physically demanding, and it's okay to ask for help or take moments to recharge. You can't pour from an empty cup, and your well-being matters too. Finally, I want to remind you that this stage of life, while difficult, is also an opportunity for profound connection and love. It's a time to cherish the moments you have, to express your feelings, and to create memories that will stay with you forever. Whether you're noticing these signs in yourself or someone you love, know that you're not alone. There's a community of people who understand and care, and there are resources available to help you navigate this journey. If this video has been helpful to you, I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments below. Your stories and experiences matter, and they can be a source of comfort and inspiration for others who are walking a similar path. And if you haven't already, please consider liking this video and subscribing to the channel for more content like this. Together, we can create a space of support, understanding, and compassion. Thank you for being here, for caring so deeply, and for approaching this stage of life with such love and grace. Here's to living and loving fully, no matter where we are in our journey. Take care, and I'll see you in the next video.